My name is Eddie Davis, and in this video, we're going to be talking about FinSynC's plug-and-play electronic loan application solution for banks. As you know, COVID-19 and the PPP loan process caused the market to shift. By necessity, borrowers had to apply for PPP loans electronically, and lenders had to serve that need electronically. In many cases, behind the scenes, that was an extremely manual process. People were up late at night, all kinds of methodology for workflow management, collecting documents, and all of those sorts of things were developed on the fly, and borrowers, came to realize, yes, it is possible, and it's also desirable that I complete certain application workflows with my bank electronically. And this video is about how banks can deliver on that value proposition outside of PPP and PPP forgiveness, make that transition to a digital, traditional electronic business loan application process. Now let's look at the borrower's experience. So when your financial institution implements FinSynC's tools, we provision the intake forms for you. This is the PPP forgiveness intake form, and notice the logo here. And then we also support traditional types of loans on our loan application. This is a co-branded experience, and we provision a unique URL for you. So here where you see Modern Lender, that's where your financial institution's name goes, and that makes it easy for you to direct people from your business-facing portions of your website and your emails and other marketing campaigns to be sure that they get to the right URL. And what I want to point your attention to in particular here is the traditional financing section and the types of loans that you can create. So these are the purposes, and then within the portal you can create as many loan products as you wish, and we will cover that shortly. But what happens is the borrower works through the various tabs here to collect their information, then they're provisioned access to the portal via email, so they set their password, and at that point they can also submit documentation to your team if required as part of the process for that particular loan type. Now let's look at your lender experience. Your team of business bankers will log in to their portal, and they will process loan applications through your internal vetting process all the way through to funded and then paid back. The way that you set up the portal is you create the various loan products that you offer. So you'll go through this intake form to set up each new product, and you're basically going to set the pre-qualification guidelines that the application will then display back to you as each application comes in. Now let's look at what happens when you receive an application. When an application first comes in, you will get a notification. Your team will receive an email that says that a new application has been submitted, and then they will log in and it will be here in the new bucket. It will then either be rejected out of hand if you feel that it's fraudulent or it's not relevant to your institution, but otherwise it will get worked through the various stages of vetting and ultimately paid back. Let's look at what processing looks like. This is a multi-user environment, so each user may have different portions of an application workflow that they handle. So users can assign themselves and unassign themselves, or if a specific user is acting more like a director of the rest, they can assign people and then unassign them. Now let's look at an individual loan application. Here we have various tabs related to this application. The customer info is here, The loan details are here. We do analytics against any products that you have set up, but optionally, if you have made electronic partnerships within our network of lenders and you don't feel that this application fits your credit box, you can look at whether or not it might qualify for a product offered by some of the other lenders in the network. We do a number of analytics operations on every application. So if this is somebody who is new to FinSync, at a minimum, we're going to display 90 days of transactions and some cash flow analytics on those. If they are a long-term FinSync user, then you're going to have access to their to richer data for them, including bank balances across any connected accounts that they have and their financial statements in real time. So this is a live look into the health of this business, and this persists throughout the life of the loan. You also have some tools to communicate back and forth with the client, and we provide document management as part of the portal and part of the borrower experience. So each loan application supports up to 50 documents, and as the lender, you can also attach additional documents to the file. We also provide a chat that gets enabled as soon as you have a consummated loan, and then the various other workflow stages all the way through any outcome for any particular application. So all of this, again, is cloud enabled. We can have you set up from one day to the next. We invite your users, and then you have access to these tools for more traditional financing. And we also are a PPP forgiveness application tool as well. So that's all part of the package. When you think about the benefits that FinSync provides in partnership with financial institutions, in addition to electronic financing applications and underwriting tools, we are a provider of cash flow management tools for small business. So that's really important in terms of new client acquisition, retention, and providing tools that improve the overall health of your small business clientele. This is our back office software solution. It is a payments network that supports the three major forms of payment: charge card, ACH, and paper check, all from the same dashboard. But most importantly, it's a cash flow management tool. So businesses have visibility into how much money we project they will have in the bank, inclusive of any financing that they may be looking at or have already attained. And then they have other tools to run their back office. So they can sync their bank accounts and credit card accounts and automatically have their data imported and categorized. This is a full invoicing solution if they upgrade beyond payments, a full bill pay solution. We have payroll as an add-on, and we have projects as an add-on. And all of the activity that happens across banking, income and expenses, payroll, so think accounts receivable, accounts payable, and future pay runs, automatically writes to the general ledger. So financial statements, journal entries are made as the business simply conducts business, right? It gets paid, it makes payments. There's no one that needs to follow those transactions and manually enter them. It just happens as they do business. So this is our back office solution. It starts with payments for $10 a month. That's available for free through financial institutions, and then the business can upgrade from there. We have a revenue share on our back office solution, and we also provide, as part of our cash flow management solutions, a vetted network of accounting professionals, all the way from bookkeepers up through cloud CFOs, and a business can apply for virtual assistants through us by completing this simple application. Think the Uber of accounting, and get matched up with a vetted service provider who's going to help them manage their cash flow from a professional standpoint as well. So on both the services and the software, we have a revenue share that comes back to your financial institution. Now let's talk about cost and implementation. As we said earlier, FinSync's solution is cloud deployed and there's no IT integration required. So we can have your lender team provisioned from one day to the next to join the network and turn on your electronic business loan application. And that supports, again, as many loan products as you would like to create. You simply accept the terms of use and we respond back to you and collect some things like your logo, of course, your billing information and your user list. And then your business loan team receives their credentials to the portal and you receive the URLs that you can use on the business facing sections of your marketing website and your emails to point people to your new electronic business loan application. So it includes, of course, the intake form. You also get the PPP loan intake form and the PPP forgiveness application intake form as part of this package. And on an ongoing basis, you have visibility into all of your borrowers' applications of any type throughout that process and the workflow management tools for your team. The way we bill it is $350 per month per lender user. And there's no long-term contract, there's no hidden cancellation fees, and there's no implementation fees. So if this is of interest to you, I would recommend that you visit info.finsync.com/schedule-fi-demo. Please remember to include the info and you'll be able to book a session at your convenience. I look forward to hearing from you.